Well, hey, uh, this is your coach speaking to you live. Now, actually, I'm recording. So, uh, so you've gotten your kit, and now what do? So, excuse me. So, what you want to do is you want to organize your kit. You will have received some breakfast items, some snack bars or fuelings, and some more like savory type of fuelings. Okay, that would include like mac and cheese or the penne rustica, the chicken noodle, chicken and rice, whatever was put in your box. Okay, and realize that now that you've gotten your first order, your second order, you can modify yourself. And the way you do that is as you progress through your first week, you will get a link as to how to set up your second order on your own. And that is through Optavia. So if you did start receiving text messages from Optavia, then you can start going along with that. I will be putting you in as a follower for our community page that is on Facebook. And I suggest that you check that, especially if you have any questions. It could be a question about how can I make this taste better? What's a good recipe for a lean and green? Okay. Great source of information is on that community page. The other thing is every day there are what's called win calls, and if you can't get on every day, you should get on to the win calls at least once a week. They are every day except Sunday, and so they are at various times of the day as well. So they are offered in the morning and they're offered in the evening, and they're again great source of information. It helps keep you accountable, and you get to meet people that are doing the program just like you. And this will really help you stay focused. I am not kidding. The win calls are just a great source to keep you accountable and on track. So, how do you do your fuelings? All right. So, the key here is that you should have one fueling or your first fueling of the day at least 30 minutes after you wake up in the morning. Okay. So, I know if you're not a breakfast person, this could be a struggle, but it's really important that you get your metabolism jump started. And that's what that first fueling of the day does. Then, after that first fueling, you will eat every 2.5 to 3 hours after that until you reach your 6 meals of the day. Okay. And in between that, you need to be drinking lots of water. Water is another key. One, it's going to reduce your inflammation, it's going to keep you hydrated throughout the day. And it's just good for our bodies. It's good for your skin. It flushes out your kidneys. It's just really good. Having water helps. Um, so, what do you do for your fuelings? All right. So, if you're eating a bar first in the morning, that's a no brainer. Super easy to do. Um, if you do the pancakes, all right, that takes literally, it takes me about not even 5 minutes to make those. Just pan, watch how much butter you use in your pan or nonstick spray. If you can use nonstick spray, I would suggest that you do that because that is then you're not using one of your condiments. Okay. But for me, I have to use butter because I cannot put nonstick spray in my copper pans. So I do a half a teaspoon. Then you want to get yourself some sugar free syrup. And there's a couple on the market. You can get them at Giant Eagle, you can get them at Whole Foods, Trader Joe's. Just make sure it's sugar free. Finally, if you do the oatmeal, I always do it with the exact amount of water that they suggest, and then I do it for a minute, stir it up, and that's usually good for me. I don't usually I might let it sit for a little bit, but it's usually pretty spot on for me. Then later on in the day, so you get to lunchtime. what do you have? So typically I have either the mac and cheese, or I have the penny rustica, or I have my lean and green at my lunchtime, depending on my schedule. So the key to doing the savory fuelings is to make them the night before, or you can make them a week. All right. Sometimes what my husband and I do is we make all of our savory fuelings on Sunday nights for the week. And we just have little anchor hocking, like little glass containers with the plastic lids, and you just reheat it in the microwave then later. What does that do for you? Well, one, it reconstitutes the food, especially if you don't like to microwave stuff. I do not like to microwave unless I'm reheating for less than a minute, like 1 minute. I don't, that's okay. I don't like to, I want my food to be fully reconstituted. And for me at work, it just doesn't work in my schedule. So I cook them the night before. So you might want to think about doing that. The next thing is with the desserts, which is like the brownies, the cookies, the biscuits. You can make those up ahead of time as well. If you go on to Pinterest and Google, or you can go to Google and do Optavia hacks, you can get a lot of good recipes. And what I've done is I've bought one of those little mini dash wafflers. Those are really great to make the waffles in. So that's basically what you need to really have your fuelings. Now, lean and greens can be just that. Make sure you have um, protein available and veggies. And the protein, you need to measure out the protein. So in your kit, you got a book that tells you how much protein you can have, and how many vegetables you can have. All right. And the key again is watching your fats, making sure you're getting the exact amount of protein that you're allowed to have. So if you're having shrimp, that's like 7 ounces of shrimp. That's a lot of shrimp. If you're doing the chicken, I believe that's 4 to 5 ounces. Make sure you weigh it after you cook it. Don't weigh it raw, because all of your weights for your proteins are after they're cooked. So that goes for ground meat, that goes for turkey, chicken, pork, seafood. Okay, all of that stuff is weighed after you cook it. And then just for the first, couple weeks you're on it, you don't want to have fruit. You don't want to have any added sugar or added carbs. The reason being is you want to go into that fat burn. You'll notice a difference in how you feel probably between Wednesday and Thursday. You're going to notice it. You're going to have like a boost of energy. You're going to really start to feel good. And that's when you really start getting into that fat burn and losing that weight. And then we'll adjust as we go. Many of you might not even need to lose weight, but you just want to start eating a little bit healthier. And that's where depending on what program I've advised for you to go on, that's how we adjust. Okay. And I will be checking in with you all the week, your first week, every night. You might you'll get a text message from me, or we'll do a live chat. And then we'll do the once a week live chat video conference. Usually it's Wednesdays and Thursdays. So good luck, stay focused, and have fun, because you're going to notice a difference.